Did you have any doubts when you signed up?
It sounded so easy, and it was a bit like, this is a bit too good to be true.
Yeah.
No fee to pay. It's just been really, really quick and simple.
Today we're joined with Amanda Long, who's the setting manager at the Little Acorns Day Nursery in Coningsby.
Hello.
Welcome, Amanda.
You all right?
You had any winners?
Yeah, we've had quite a few.
So you've got quite a lot of people that play for your nursery.
Yeah.
Talk us through that then when a parent actually wins. How does the nursery get involved with that?
So what happens is I get a phone call from Nursery Jackpot to say, you've got a winner. I literally send them the invoice and they just send me the money directly into our business account.
We want you to get winners. We want that money to go to nursery settings, and we want to bring the joy back to early years.
Thousands of pounds people are saving on childcare bills. This is literally outside the front of our reception. So our parents can see this when they come to the door. So they've got the option to scan the QR code if they wish to play.
I think a lot of people just say, oh, it's like postcode lottery. But we are not a gambling company. We actually are a prize draw competition. And I think that a lot of people get that confused. Welcome to Nursery Jackpot podcast, where today we're going to talk about how easy it is to get nurseries signed up to our scheme. Today we're joined with Amanda Long, who's the setting manager at the Little Acorns Day Nursery in Coningsby.
Hello.
Welcome, Amanda.
All right.
And we're also joined today by our two lovely account managers, Miss Nicola.
Hi.
And Miss Tara.
Hello.
Excellent. So welcome, Amanda.
Hello.
So how did you hear about Nursery Jackpot?
So I actually had a representative come to the door and ask me if I'd like to be part of the scheme. So it was just kind of a conversation really, asking them what it's about. It was quite exciting, obviously, because you don't hear much for early years really. So she just told me what it was about, how we go about it, and that kind of stuff really. So, and it sounded so easy, and it was a bit like, this is a bit too good to be true. Yeah, and I was like, well, what do we pay? Because obviously, like, nothing in life's free. So, but there was literally nothing, no fee to pay, no nothing, and it's just been really, really quick and simple, you know. So
from that, was it a phone call?
No, they came to the knock at the door.
Knock at the door. Okay, and then so how was the sign up process and stuff then from that original kind of conversation? What happened then? What did they say?
So once we kind of like talked about it, we was more than happy to kind of get on board with it. It was literally just fill in some details on the website. So it was literally like our name, Ofsted number, email address, and my as a lead contact to send any information obviously to. Literally, that was it. With that, it was like registered. We then, a few days later, she went off, ordered the plaque, whatever it was, and we had a plaque come to us that we've literally got outside of our building above our
so just
nursery.
As the Little Acorns Day Nursery in here where the provider is.
Yeah.
And where does this go?
This is literally outside the front of our reception. So our parents can see this when they come to the door. So they've got the option to scan the QR code if they wish to play through there. I do send them other literature and things as well, but obviously they've got that option to play through the plaque if they so wish to. So it's really, really easy.
And so what information do you actually send to them? Is it something that you actually do or something that Nursery Jackpot
So Nursery Jackpot send it to me originally, and then I just forward it on to parents. I know nurseries do different things, but we use WhatsApp, just really quick. It's really simple. Parents have got it on their phone. So they kind of just scan that and look at the information from there. I got some leaflets to give out to parents. I got a brochure to send out to parents, and I just choose to send that out weekly because obviously we've always got new starters and things starting at nursery. So I just share that information with them weekly, and then obviously they can choose to sign up from there as they so wish to.
Right, okay, so Nursery Jackpot actually picked Little Acorns Day Nursery to hold a pilot kind of project party. Yeah. That was very interesting when I first met you. Talk me through that. Why did we do that? And just talk me through, really walk me through how the party went. I think obviously we was kind of one of the first ones that was to sign up and things in Coningsby and things as well. So we kind of got selected for that pilot project, but it was kind of that feeling of, it was almost just a party. Let's do it as a party for the parents to come and get the word out about Nursery Jackpot, what it is, what they can get from it, you know, winning childcare in itself. Childcare is massive, so you know that aspect of actually winning some free childcare is like, yes please.
Yeah, you like cakes.
Yes, we absolutely we had a lovely lady that made a nursery jackpot cake for us and things. So, and we just had like party food and things there, and just balloons for the children, and just made it fun. It was a kind of a thing of, oh my God, is anybody actually going to come? But there was like people just coming and coming and coming and coming, and we had about like in the few hours that we was there, like over 100 people just coming and coming.
The majority of your parents actually came.
Yeah, that was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll put a link in the bio, so anybody who's interested can go and watch that pilot project. I think from a nursery jackpot point of view, we don't want nurseries to do parties. We're not saying that, but if you want to do that, you're very welcome, and we will support you in doing that if you want to kind of get that branding out.
I think for us as well, it was quite kind of a nice way of getting everybody in one room, because there was representatives there from Nursery Jackpot, so they weren't just hearing it from me. They could go directly and ask them questions should they so wish to. But I mean, even like the communication is really quick, and it's really easy to be able to ask anything. So if I've got anything I need to ask, or a parent wants to ask me something I'm not too sure about it, either a quick text message or a quick email, and they kind of respond like really quickly.
So the communication from Nursery Jackpot head office is quite fast.
Yeah.
And you can get those answers if you don't know the answers when the parents ask you. Okay, that's really good to know. On the night of the party then, did people buy tickets?
Yeah, so it was kind of like, we'll sell tickets on the night, let's get the ball rolling with it. And oh my God, there was just queues and queues and queues and queues of people. I was like,
that's always a good sign,
isn't it? It was a good sign, but when you just look up and there's like a never-ending queue, and you're like, is this going to end? But it was just such a good buzz and things as well.
It was a really good outcome.
Yeah.
So they really liked that. So that's really good. In terms of, have you had any winners?
Yeah, we've had quite a few. We've had
so you've got quite a lot of people that play from your nursery.
Yeah, 4 or 5 we've had from our nursery.
And talk us through that then, when a parent actually wins. So how does the nursery get involved with that?
So what happens is I get a phone call from Nursery Jackpot to say you've got a winner. They then kind of ask me to invoice them. I literally just send them an invoice for the child's days, however many that be, the hours they do, whether that be for a year that they need, or 3 months, or whatever they're asking me for.
Actually won.
Yeah, whatever it is they're kind of asking me for. I literally send them the invoice via email, and they just send me the money directly into our business account.
That's brilliant. And if the parent leaves the setting, because I know that you have got a lot of REF children, so people are getting posted in and posted out. So where does that money?
Well, it's kind of a win-win for a nursery, because we get to keep that money. Right. So that money stays with us, so we are looking.
So if somebody won a 12 months free childcare, for example, and they were with you for 6 or 7 months, you would keep the 12 months. It wouldn't actually go with that parent.
Yeah.
It's playing at point of entry.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole, from my understanding, that's the whole point of getting the nurseries on board with that. Something in it for the nurseries as well. So if the parents do happen to leave, then, we do get to keep that for the child.
For the setting.
Yeah,
I suppose you can utilise that, and you could use it in many ways and make the setting better, buy more toys, or
exactly.
If the parents not using that for their invoices, then that money then becomes available for something else, which is funds, which is great for the nursery.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? Any obstacles of why parents? I know we're a brand new scheme, so I think from hearing from what are people saying on the ground running, so what are kind of parents? I know that they'll love it when they're a winner. Is there what kind of questions that people ask, or are they not sure? Or
I think is initially, Nursery Jackpot was so new when we first kind of entered it and things, that it was kind of just getting that word out there about it, that actually, it is a really good scheme. And I think now more parents are hearing that they can win childcare, they're like, absolutely. Cause
I think a lot of people just say, it's like postcode lottery. It's a little bit like that, but we are not a gambling company. We actually are a prize draw competition, and I think that a lot of people get that confused. A lot of people would say, do you need a gambling licence? No, we don't, because we're a prize draw competition.
I know we've got one of our parents that have recently said, that there's deals on the website that you're doing like tickets at discounted prices or whatever else. So that's like really good as well, because that encourages them to like enter and do more. And then they kind of like, I know we've got one family that's got like Nana's buying tickets or Grandpa's buying tickets and things as well. So they're kind of boosting that opportunity to, win that childcare
the more that plays for that family, they can nominate that person to win. So that makes more sense, doesn't it? Especially Christmas is coming up. If you're stuck for a present, you can actually just buy a couple of tickets. I think the great idea of why Nursery Jackpot came about with these plaques is that you can do a subscription through the website, but also during that handover process. So when they're coming for the kids, they're dropping off the kids and they're waiting, you can scan the QR code and you can just have a little play. So if you're feeling quite lucky or you think, oh, I want some of that £15,000, you can just scan it and buy an extra ticket. And there's no maximum amount of tickets that you can actually buy.
No. And we had one of our parents when we did the pilot project, and she was like, oh, it's my last £20. And she did it, and she won a year's free childcare. So for her, it was like
I remember
massive.
Seeing that. Actually, she did say
the
last £20 in a purse. It was really emotional.
Because she's put it into that, and actually to get that back is like, oh my goodness.
That was Emma, wasn't it? So for anybody who's interested, who's watching this podcast, you can go and search for Emma, who won at the Little Acorns Day Nursery, and she's a lovely woman actually. And she's had it quite tough, hasn't she?
Yeah.
So for her, when you just think that is just the one person that you could have needed that, and like she said, she was very open about it and said, it's the last £20 in my purse and I played. Imagine winning that though. I wonder how they feel. Have you got any kind of feedback from parents who have won? Does it make such a difference to their life?
Yeah, I think it's that relief almost, whether they won 3 months free childcare or a year's free childcare, it's that relief of not having that bill, and the amount of people that say, I'm just going to go on holiday. It's almost like they haven't got the funds to do it. Yeah, they haven't got the funds to do it potentially before, but actually now that opportunity's come, I can actually probably go on a little weekend's holiday that we couldn't do before. And I think it's just that breath of fresh air.
Not having to worry about those finances.
Yeah. It's definitely a relief. Do you get many questions from the parents? Because that's what a couple of nurseries have said, is they don't have the time to answer the questions. So have you found you've got many questions from parents?
No, I wouldn't say so really myself. I just think it's kind of like just getting that message across to parents, and it can be really easy from my understanding from what I've seen on the website and things, that if they do that subscription, it's then kind of they're not having to worry about it.
You just kind of forget about it. It's like a gym membership, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I suppose. Sign up and forget about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, what's the minimum? A tenner. So what, a couple of Costa coffees, isn't it? That or whatever, or a breakfast.
I think you're currently doing a deal on the website or something, though, aren't you, where they can get tickets for as little as £2.50 and things as well, is what one of my parents has said as well.
Yeah, there is a lot. I think we did that from when we was at the REF base. We had a family day and we decided that actually we'll keep that up, especially on the run up to Christmas. I think it's quite kind of nice for, like you said, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever can buy those additional tickets alongside their subscription. So if you've got a subscription, you can go on and still play extra. I
think the main point to kind of get across though is actually from a manager's point of view, the day-to-day running of the nursery is so busy, and actually this scheme in itself doesn't take up a lot of my time.
Right, that's good to know.
That's what we need to get out there, because that is a barrier where people think that it's going to take up lots of the time, and that we're expecting them to sell tickets, and it's like, we're not expecting you to do anything. Just literally put the plaque up.
They're like a host, aren't they? If you think of like a nursery as you are the host body.
Which I didn't even have to get somebody to put the plaque up. Nursery Jackpot sent a fitter to come and fit that up for me. So I literally didn't even have to get involved with trying to find somebody to fit that or anything. They kind of...
Zero effort.
Yeah, literally all I have to do weekly is just forward a WhatsApp message. Obviously that depends on their platforms, however they email or whatever. But I think from my point of view, how we do it as a nursery, it's just really quick and really easy. And
I think that's something we try to stress to nurseries, is that you really have zero to do. It's so simple and takes minutes.
Yeah.
And that's
you can
why
just
we
sit back.
To tell them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the difference with how we do some of the things, we do go out to nurseries, we also call nurseries, but it sounds like you've been visited at your setting and been spoken to about. I suppose seeing it in real life is that benefits. Signing.
And I think it's kind of you kind of on the spot then, aren't you? They're there with you, and it's like, well, tell me about it, and then you're a bit intrigued. You want to know that little bit more,
and you're real.
Yeah.
I mean, we have found that when we're ringing around nurseries, a lot of nurseries think that it's a gambling, or is it a scam? Is it this? And they don't actually realise that when we send out a pack, it's self-explanatory. You just click on the link and it literally takes as long as it takes to sign into Wi-Fi in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Even less time, in fact. I've sat there and done that process with nurseries and it's literally so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need your name. So talk us through, Tara, what information that you collect from the nursery to actually sign them up to the scheme.
So like Nicola said, it literally takes seconds. It's just their name, contact name for the nursery, email address, Ofsted registration number, bam, and it's done.
That's
literally
Submit, yeah, and then you're in it to win it.
Right.
And then your nursery's signed up, and literally it takes seconds. Like it's not a long process. And I just think people are a little bit worried. That's why I'm really pleased that you're here today to let people know that it's a simple process. It's nothing to worry about. I think a lot of people are like, oh, what are you selling? It's like, we're not selling anything. Yeah. We're actually giving your nursery an opportunity to join a fantastic scheme. Like, I'm not selling you anything.
Yeah.
And it's also, like what I explained, is it's getting it out there to the parents. This is a new scheme. How are parents meant to know that we're out there if we're not in the nurseries? Because that's where the children are. That's the parents that need to win this, and it needs to be there for them to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's literally it. You know, we're not asking them to sell tickets. I always say there's no expectations on you guys to sell tickets. There's no expectations on your parents to buy tickets. It's just there if they want to do it.
Yeah.
It's up to them, and that's why it's there.
Yeah.
They can do it in at their own free will whenever they feel like, when they're turning up or leaving the nursery.
Yeah.
I think some of the feedback that we'd got from nurseries is they're a little bit like protective of where this plaque is actually going to go. You know, like as women, you want furniture in a certain order, you want your plaques or your signs or your Ofsted things outside. And so I think what we'd been doing, we really took that on board and listened to our nurseries. I think we've got like just under 300 nurseries that have signed up now.
Fantastic.
And we got into a habit quite early on, I would like to say, that we got them to send a WhatsApp photograph of where they would like it. So when we're sending the guys out to go and install the plaques, we know exactly where it's going to go. So we're not even bothering them when we go and install the plaque. Because I think who's got time to stand around for half an hour when you're in ratio or you're looking after your staff or you're preparing dinner, or... As we all know, nurseries are really busy places. So that kind of works. Did that kind of work at your setting too?
So we just kind of sent a picture over on WhatsApp of our front of our building and kind of was like, here please.
Like a big arrow. Please install here.
Yeah, it's like, hi, I'm here.
And don't bother me.
But we kind of wanted it so you could see our nursery logo, but then the Nursery Jackpot logo as well, just because it's just the way our entrance is really. I know everybody's is different. I know
we can probably insert like a picture of your nursery of where it is actually. For the viewers to actually have a little look at.
Yeah, but it was again just dead easy, and then they just fitted it then.
And the QR codes are really good. Well, I particularly like that QR code because I just think it's dead easy. We're so used to doing that now on our smartphones.
I mean, you're in Nando's, you just scan the QR code and get
and to pay your bill and
another
stuff,
side or pay your bill or get another drink to the table.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
think
how things
we've
are.
got to think about the grandparents and things, because I'm thinking about my mum, like she's like, oh, what do you do with the QR code? So actually, do you have any like grandparents or parents that are not tech savvy, that don't know how to scan the QR code, and how can they buy tickets?
So I give out leaflets as well, and we've got a Nursery Jackpot like box with a few leaflets in there, and if they ask me about what this is, then I can just give them a leaflet, or I can just kind of show them the website to that myself anyway, because we have got a few grandparents that are a bit like, oh, how do you click on that? What do I do?
I mean, it's not only grandparents. Myself, I'm not very tech savvy. So I've actually had to, once I went through the process, I've actually was like, wow, it really is easy. So I've actually had to show someone how to do it. And I was like, is that all you do?
You just press the buy now
buy
button,
now.
you know. So
like, it is so, but when I say it's easier than connecting to Wi-Fi, it really is.
And I'm not continuously bombarded by Nursery Jackpot either. You know, like they'll send me some information, a brochure, leaflet, whatever it kind of is, or special offers or whatever it is, and then that's kind of it. Like, you know, sometimes you're just continuously getting phone calls and phone calls and phone calls and phone calls, and it's a bit like, oh, this is a bit much sometimes. But no, they're just there on the other end of the phone if I need anything.
We're there to support you if you need us. I think initially we just send out the pack. There's everything in the pack that you need. I mean, it kind of runs itself, to be fair. And like I say, we're always on hand if anybody wants to just like call us, email us, we'll reply straight away.
What would you actually say to a nursery if they said, oh, I'm not quite sure whether I really want to sign up to there? What would be the benefits of it for your nursery setting to sign up?
I think it's not just from a nursery point of view. I think, you know, we're out there to support them parents as well. And, you know, well, then parents are happy, they're coming to your setting and things as well. So I think if they can do something like that and they've got that little bit of hope that they might win some childcare, I think that's just fabulous in itself. You know, thousands of pounds people are saving on childcare bills, and I think it's just they just need to do it. You know,
it's not too much trouble
for
the nurseries to sign up.
Not
it's not too much work. So I think at the minute we actually send out literature. I think every single Monday we try and send something out, just current, like a summary of what we've done so far. For you to forward on. Would you say every Monday, weekly? I mean, it's entirely up to you whether you actually send that out, isn't it? We send it to your inbox, and then it's up to you and what you do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So then I can kind of choose, well, actually, right, okay, got quiet time now, I can do it. It's not like you've got to send this out by 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning. Do you know what I mean? I can just send that out as and when I've got bit of free time.
I think because you've had some winners, it really spurs you on because you want more.
Yeah.
So I think it's difficult, isn't it? If you've not got your nursery set up or you've not had a winner yet, you can quite easily think, oh, I've got that literature and then I'm not going to send it. Or, you know, it's just a habit because it's just such a new scheme.
We had another family that won, and I think it was quite funny to see them because Mum had bought tickets, but so had Dad, and they were like so excited to like tell me that it was one that had won over the other one. And they were like,
who won then? Who's
they were competing with each other. Dad, I think Dad that won. Yeah, and Mum was like, oh, it was his ticket that won, not mine, and whatever else. So it was
how many kids did they have, and what did they win?
They've got. It was lovely for them as well. So they won 3 months free childcare, and Mum, they just not long had twins. So Mum's
awesome.
Yeah, so Mum's maternity,
like
full pay maternity was just like coming to an end. So for them, it was like
timing was quite impeccable.
You know,
really.
3 children. I think they was like, oh my God, we can go on holiday, and you know, so
that's really nice, isn't it? I think the scheme, I really love it when you get like kind of the feedback from the winners that say, what did you actually do with that money? Do you know how much that was a month that they were paying?
It'd be getting up to £3,000, if not more.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
That's like a 5-star holiday. Somewhere really nice.
Well, if you think of what maternity pay is, it's not a great deal, is it really? So if you've won £3,000 in your pocket, it's quite a different.
But I think it's making it real, because like you say, we can ring up and be like, oh, you know, one of your families can win this amount and they can win a whole year's nursery fees. But when you've actually had a winner and you see the joy on the parents' face, because I've actually had a setting contact me to be like, one of our parents won. She was so excited.
Is that a setting that you actually signed up?
Yeah. And she was like, one of our parents won. And I was like, wow. And you could almost hear it in her voice that she was not sceptical because she'd signed up, but she was a bit like, oh, we're doing this thing, like
we're never going to
win.
Not
really thinking too much of it. And now she's like, but we actually won. I'm going to get all my friends to do it. She was like, I'm putting it on my group now for all the other childminders. I'm going to get
that's a childminder.
Yeah, that was a childminder. So that just makes it more real, I think, because it's nice to see somebody winning who you know and who you can see how that would benefit them.
And where was that setting?
That's in Leeds.
Ah, excellent. So childminders can set up as well as nurseries. I think the topic of conversation is more at nurseries because you're from a nursery setting. However, we do sign up childminders. So our eligibility criteria is you must be Ofsted registered because we need that as part of the registration process.
I actually went to a course and spoke to a lady, and we just got talking about Nursery Jackpot because they was at Horncastle and they too had a winner.
Oh, right.
And she was the owner of a nursery, and she was like, oh, it's just Lincolnshire, they do it. I was like, I don't think it is.
No,
it's not. So I did email in and just was like, is it just Lincolnshire that can do this? I was like, no, we can do it everywhere.
No, it's nationwide.
So I think
whole of the UK.
Yeah, I think that's important for like people to know as well. Like, you don't just have to be in Lincolnshire.
That's
you can
really good to know,
anywhere.
actually, because obviously we're based in Lincolnshire, so it made more sense to actually do that catchment area first.
That's where it started.
So that's probably where they've got that from. But I mean, we had somebody sign up 2 weeks ago in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And just really randomly, it was like, I don't even know how they possibly know about that. And then somebody, I think, in Wiltshire. So you can see how it is spreading
out,
Definitely.
And obviously Nicola and Tara are ringing around on the lists and do you want to be part of it? And I think from the feedback, you either get a straight yes or no, don't you? I think it's, at the minute, very black and white. Yeah, we want to be part of it, and no, we don't want to be part of it.
I think a lot of the time it's like, oh, can you just, I think they must get so many phone calls, like you've mentioned previously, that they're like, can you just send me that via email? And I think sometimes when you're on the phone, it's a bit difficult to believe that it's true, like you said. It's too good to be true. Can I see this on an email? It's a little bit more formal.
Can I look at your terms and conditions, please?
I can see that you really are.
And then and then I'll get back to you, or I'll pass it on to the relevant person who can make that decision about the setting. But that sometimes you'll find that they haven't had a chance to look at the email, so they don't prioritise it. So I might bring them back a week later, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I haven't had a chance." And I'm like, "Well, that's absolutely fine, but it'll literally take you a few seconds, and then I can do the hard bit, which is signing you up." And it's not even that hard, actually. You can do it yourself, but they just don't have the time.
No, they
That's what I'm finding.
Nurseries, but by the time you're in ratio and looking after staff and stuff, and I think from the nursery jackpot perspective, we really didn't want the work to come from nursery managers. And I'm glad that you've come today to explain to us that you don't feel as though it's an extra responsibility. I didn't want that when we started up nursery jackpot. For you to have an additional role to send out all of this, or to have we must do that, you just do it as and when, because it's up to the parents to play, and that's it. The money goes to the nursery.
And again, I think it's important, it's a choice how you choose this. As a nursery, you choose your platforms, whatever platforms you use to communicate, WhatsApp, email, you choose that platform. This is what I was just about to say. A lot of the nurseries will have an app or a website, and they just we send all the pack out. The attachments are all in there, and you can we can do you a newsletter, and you put it on your nursery website, or like you say, you use WhatsApp. It depends on what channels you communicate through, but it's really simple. We just make it so that you just have zero. I think as a nursery, you can make it as difficult or as easy as possible, and
it should just be really pressing forward.
Exactly.
So if you're sending it on WhatsApp, it should just be a forward and kind of like I don't know. You could even schedule a post. Could you on WhatsApp Business? I think you can, or whatever. Literally out of our league. I'm sure you can.
Can I just ask? Because obviously we're the ones that are making the calls and going to nurseries. Did you have any doubts when you signed up? Like, was there anything that you were thinking, oh, this?
Yeah, and I think it's that thing again, you're always told, aren't you, nothing in life is free. Yeah. And I think it's kind of that, well, actually, this genuinely is free. Like, there is nothing, not a penny is going to leave our nursery bank account to go to you. It's vice versa.
The plaque is free.
Yeah, the plaque is free, the leaflet's free.
Yeah, leaflets are free.
It's the other way round. You take my bank details when you're going to give me money because I've had a winner. So I literally don't send you anything at all.
And you're not like signed into anything. You're not saying that you have to stay with us for 12 years or it's literally simple. It's just once you signed up, you're not like, you don't have to subscribe every single year. It's just done.
You just
a lot of nurseries, they'll have things, I don't know if you've heard of it, like Millie's Mark accreditation. You have to keep reapplying for that like every so often and things like that. Now it's my understanding that you don't have to with this. It just rolls on and rolls on. That's it now. So
you're in it. Yeah.
If we decide that we don't want to be part of it anymore, then we can just kind of contact you guys. But
you can cancel the subscription. Why cancel?
But why would you do that?
When you're going to benefit?
Exactly. No. We want you to get winners. So we want you to get winners. We want that money to go to nursery settings, and we want to bring the joy back to early years. And that's really what we want.
And I think it absolutely does. When them parents are winning that childcare, and you can see, and they've got friends that know them, like you said, they're going to get their friends to play now, and it really does kind of create that buzz around everybody.
I think once you've seen that somebody's actually genuinely won it,
it makes it real.
It makes it real, doesn't it? Really? Especially if you've had a couple of winners. So lastly then, it brings me on to my last question. If we were to think from like a nursery jackpot perspective, because we've got all our heads together and we're like, shall we offer something else? Like, it's on the run up to Christmas. Should we offer something for nurseries? What would be kind of, if we wanted to give like some extra money to settings, what would you like kind of spend that money on? Or would that be a good idea? Or any ideas for us from like what nurseries
have Santa's turn up to the setting?
Because we did say about Lapland, didn't we, last time? Like, that would be a really good prize for parents. So not just like childcare being paid for the nurseries. I know sorry, nurseries, but it's not like going to you, but we just like as an extra bonus at like key times like Christmas.
Yeah, I think the gift card things, you know, that parents can do is a really good idea. You could put it in a little envelope, whatever.
Like for presents.
Yeah, things like that.
But in terms of you had a pot of money for nursery.
Oh, what would I spend it on? I think we would definitely develop an area somewhere within the nursery, maybe like extend our sensory play for the children, you know, like for the children with special needs and learning difficulties and things like that. So I think that would be something that I'd be quite...
Yeah, because sensory it's really expensive.
It is mega expensive. You know, you like look at a little wooden cup and it's like about £60 for a little cup, and I'm like, as lovely as that is.
Oh, so maybe girls, we can get our heads together and have some special bonus prizes on the run up to nursery just for the nurseries.
Like nurseries that enter, like get
something.
Yes,
exactly.
We
yeah,
also missed the point that we also give to charities.
Yes, we do. Yes. Actually, we do give a proportion to charities, and this time we're kind of looking at the winners nominating a certain charity that's close to them. So we're trialling that. So we had a couple of winners last month who have just put forward.
Yeah.
Could you possibly think about this charity, which I think is really nice because then everybody's involved.
That is a really nice idea actually, because you don't always know you guys don't always know people's backgrounds of what's happened, you know, whether something's happened during pregnancy or whether like the development during that time of developing. So actually that's quite a nice way of putting that, because it's actually something might be close to their heart that's maybe not so close to somebody else's. So that's quite a nice idea.
Well, thank you for coming and joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Amanda from the Little Acorns Day Nursery.
Thank you.
And girls, we've got a lot to think about then, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So if anybody wants to sign up, just DM us.
Yeah. And Nurseries, this is
2
what
minutes.
it looks like.
Exactly.
Also, we have all our social media showing our winners and their excitement, the shock when, when they answer the phone.
And just putting it out there, if anybody is a little bit sceptical, I'd be happy to take any phone calls as a nursery manager to kind of just speak to them and say, you know, it is a really good scheme.
Do you know what you've just opened yourself up
I'm going to say, it'll be non-stop.
Red hot, but I think it's important, you know, you can hear it from somebody else just to say, actually, it is real. It is okay.
Yeah,
it's
so
good. Get on
guys,
board.
Ring up Amanda from the Little Acorns Day Nursery in Coningsby and don't ring us. Right, guys, thanks ever so much. Thanks, Nicola,
Thank you.
Amanda,
You're welcome.
and Tara.
Thank you.
So, woohoo! Excellent.